This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or simply making a donation. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, this week I got asked a rather puzzling question on the topic of power chords, and it was puzzling in a couple of ways. It was certainly a bit of an unfathomable riddle to the chap who asked the question. More about him in a moment. But it was also a puzzle to me that anyone would need to ask this question. It was a little bit like, you know, that kind of thing where somebody is genuinely stumped when you ask them, what was the name of the ship in Mutiny on the Bounty? It was one of those kind of moments. And basically, this chap, he isn't a student of mine, but he is a good mate, and he's a capable guitar player out there on a semi-pro basis on a weekend, playing in bands and so on. And he asked me how you tell what scale to play over a power chord sequence. This is the chord sequence he was actually talking about. So obviously that's based around a D5 power chord, and as you probably know, power chords are neither major nor minor. So if you've got a chord sequence which is centered around a tonality of, if you like, a chord which is neither major nor minor, then how do you know whether to play a major pentatonic scale over it or a minor pentatonic scale over it? And well, this is how I've always figured out whether to use a major or a minor pentatonic in such situations like this. So the important thing to know is what is the difference between a D major and a D minor. And you can see here quite clearly laid out that D major has an F sharp note in it and D minor has an F note in it. So what we need to do is look for that telltale F sharp or F note elsewhere in the chord sequence. And right here you can see that the F note is contained within the B flat 5 chord. Therefore, the entire chord sequence centered around the D5 chord, which is neither major nor minor, let's not forget, is in D minor, because the overall chord sequence contains the note that will nail that D5 down to being a D minor. It's an F note, therefore D minor. So quite obviously, because that chord sequence has the B flat 5 chord in it, which contains the F note, then everything is kind of D minor in tonality. That F note added into the D5 tonality gives us an overall kind of environment, if you like, of being in D minor. And I just always thought that was an obvious way of looking at things, but apparently it isn't. That's the first time in nearly 30 years of teaching people to play guitar that anyone has ever asked that question or anything like that. And when I explained this to the chap, it was like it was a real facepalm moment for him. It's like, you know, he's a capable player. He's a canny player. You know, he can rattle it a bit, as they say in these parts. And this way of looking at the chord sequence had completely eluded him, not just for years, but for decades, presumably. So, if that's been something that's been causing you to scratch your head, now you know how to do it. And I just thought it was worthwhile making a video about. So there you go. That's pretty much it for today, folks. What you're going to hear next is what D minor pentatonic sounds like over that chord sequence. I thought I'd do a little solo just to prove that all of this working out does actually lead to a real world result. But that's pretty much it for today. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it. Just thought I'd mention as well that I do have a charity single out at the moment. It's an instrumental cover of the old Wizard tune, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and all proceeds from that single go to Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, a charity in Middlesbrough which provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. There's a link in the description, or there's all the links in the description I should say, where you can listen to, stream or download that single, and if you could do that, that'd be a massive help. And if you want to hear me talking about it on the radio, you can hear an archived interview that I did with my local radio station on the topic last week. And that really is it for today, folks. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time round. Bye for now. And don't forget, before you go, to check out my Udemy courses, which you can see are available via my website, which is also where you can contact me to get in touch for some one-to-one tuition, either via Skype or in person if you live local to me. I also have merchandise available on my Teespring store, and of course all of the links are in the description. See you next time, chaps.